Hi there and welcome to another episode of Andy Robinson RC, and cheers for checking out the channel today. It's much appreciated. Well then, this is literally still warm from the delivery man's hands. To be honest, it's probably freezing cold because it's been in a van all night. But here we have it, the Tamiya TD2 Astute 2022. As far as I'm aware, this came into the stores in the UK, I think it was yesterday or maybe the day before. Anyway, I didn't even realise, I thought it was going to be later in March, and I just happened to see it and I thought, right, better get this ordered. So I ordered it and it has arrived early this morning. I thought I got a message saying it was going to be here on the Monday, but it's come super quick. So cheers to Model Sport for getting this one delivered so quickly, much appreciated. Okay, so what we've got here is, as you know, is the Tamiya TD2 Astute. It is kit 58697. Okay, and of course you'll remember not that long ago, before Christmas, we did the Tamiya Super Avante TD4, which you'll know if you've seen some of the past videos on this. If not, I'll link in the description. I had some right problems with that car, and of course I've been racing it since as well, so it's been set up for doing some racing. Anyway, so here it is. The box art looks fantastic as always. Really liking the box art. It's one of the best things about Tamiyas. But anyway, let's whip the lid off and let's go and have a look inside, shall we? Okay, so there you go. That is the packaging inside, pretty much like what you get with the Super Avante. There it is. And anyway, we'll have a look through. Okay, so a lot of the parts are going to be similar, especially the chassis tub and the rear end of the car is pretty much, I would say, identical to the TD4. The main changes are at the front of the car, because you're losing that front gearbox on the TD2. Right, let's have a quick look. We'll have a look at that in a minute. Okay, so what did you get? Well, front and rear get my teeth in. Front and rear wishbones and hexes. And some shims by the looks of it. This can bring a lot of shims in this again, I imagine. And here we've got this, looking at it, is part of the front end. This obviously be the front gearbox on the TD4, but this is the front end of the car by the looks of it. Like the front bulkhead and everything there. Okay. And I know some of it might be the suspension mounts as well. Okay. Okay, and in here we have parts. You've got some of the internal gearbox gears. You've got the battery ends for the chassis. You've got the exhausts, wing mounts, and you've got parts of the suspension rod ends on there as well, and wing mounts. So yeah, all in there. What I'll do is as well, of course, I'll put all the parts out on the table. We'll bring the camera over as well at the end, so you can have a bit more of a look at it. Closer up, okay. So yeah, exactly the same. Here you are. This is the bathtub, chassis. Exactly the same as what you get on the TD4. And again, these are your rocker arms and C-hubs and steering knuckles, I think, for the front end. Yeah. Okay, more parts here. So we've got small part of the rear gearbox covering, and you've got the tub braces, rocker arms again, and rear shock tower on there. Right. Oh, another part there. Okay, front body mounts and front bumpers and rear gearbox guard. part of the anti-roll bar brackets. Again. Okay, so we'll quick open this as well. I imagine this is all the hardware in here. Is it taped? Of course it's taped. Do I have anything sharp? No, I don't. Yeah. Well, the thing is, I'm off out today because, lucky old me, it's my 40th birthday today, so I'm off out for the day with my wife. But this TD2 arrived dead early, which I wasn't expecting, so I thought there's time to quickly get this video shot and filmed, and you know, hopefully get it out to show you. Okay, so what we've got in the hardware bag. Okay, right, so we'll start with that one first. The A parts bag there, got some rod ends. You've got bearings, because this comes fully bore race. You've got nice blue alloy motor mount, and you've got the spur gear in there now, and some of the other gearbox gears. Now, I'll tell you a bit more what I'm going to do with the car once we've gone through this, but I'll be pretty much building this up with a slipper clutch in. Okay, where's bag B gone? Bag B, there we go. So we've got diff grease, and we've got all the ball diff components in there. Sadly, no alloy diff nuts, so we're still using the plastic one. Again, I'm not even going to build the diff until I get the alloy diff nut, because there's just no point. Okay, and then you've got the C bag there. You've got the shock oil, and you've got the, I think that must be the rear springs in there. Now, unlike the TD4, that comes with just silver springs, they've put red coloured springs for the TD2. Of course, it's meant to match the body really. Not that I'll be going box up. So you've got high torque servo saver in the D parts bag, some more bearings, turnbuckle shafts, and front wheel axles. By the looks of it, in the D bag. And then we've got driver helmet and body clips, shock parts, and so yeah, more of the high torque servo saver, and we've got the foam bits as well that we'll need, and some of the Tamiya tools in there. So that's what you get there, and then that leaves now your wheels and tyres, which are pretty much the standard sort of kit tyres you get in Tamiya two-wheel drive buggies. You've got the square spikes and the flat rib front tyres. Right, and here you've got your Tamiya Stardish wheels, but on the front wheels, they're the same as the other ones, but on this kit now, for the front wheels, they are a hex fit. And so maybe that'll open up more choices for you if you want to change the front wheels out. But yeah, they are hex fit, if you can see that there. So, hex fit wheels, which is got to be a first for Tamiya with their two-wheel drive buggies. Usually they're just the bearing fit type. Right, so what does that leave for us now? That leaves the body shell. So, let's whack this open. Now, as I said, I wasn't expecting this kit to be here now, so I'm a bit unprepared for this one. I've got no paints or anything for it at all. So I'm going to have to get some ordering done. Right, well, there you go. That is the TD2 Astute body. Of course, you get the wheel fenders to cut out again. I don't like them, so I won't be using them. Your rear wing is underneath, and you've got the body shell. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm 100% sold on the body. I mean, I've still got some reservations about the TD4 one. They do look a bit bulbous. They look like they've got really high sides and wide-ish looking. I don't know. I'm not sure, but I actually think this might be a slightly nicer looking body than the TD4. So you've got all your body parts on there. As well as I said, I won't be using the wheel guards. They don't do anything for me personally. But yeah, that is the body. I mean, I don't know. It might lend itself to some F1 liveries being painted up on this. So, but yeah, we'll see how it looks. Anyway, I'm sort of in two minds. Do I paint it up to match the TD4? That could be a possible option. Then I can pretend they're a team. Right, and that is your decals. So kind of reminiscent of the original Tamiya Astute. So not massive, loads of decals there. Some Tamiya ones, obviously. They've got the Snug Racing logo on there because the chap who designed the TD4 body also designed the TD2 as well. Okay, and you've got the awesome tag that goes on the wing, a bit like the original Astute. And it's very similar style to what that original Astute looked like, a bit of nod to the past two-wheel drive buggy that Tamiya released. So they're the decals as well, and after that you've got your manual. Remember, no ESC included in this kit. And yeah, so as usual, the manual will be superb. So yeah, that is the Astute manual. So there we go. So what I'll do is I'll put all this out for you and you can have a nosy. And while I'm doing that, I'll tell you about what I'm going to do with this kit. Well, basically, I'm going to race it as I did, or I have been doing with the TD4. Although it's been getting better and better, I do think this the TD2 will be better in many respects. I had a ton of problems with the front end on this car. Problems with dog bones jumping out, and I've ended up stripping a front gear on it, and just problem after problem originally. But I mean, I've got it somewhere light now. But still, I think I ran this originally. I took it racing as a TD2. I took out the front end so I could use it because I had those diff problems before I got the alloy diff nuts, and it felt really good that day when I was racing it as a TD2. So I'm kind of thinking I'll set it up like I did with that originally on this, and we'll see how we go as a base star. And then since I've put that back to four-wheel drive properly, I had a few more issues with it, and I'm still adjusting things on it, but it is getting better. So we're going to do that anyway. This is going to be a race car, so I'll just move that out of the way. So I'm going to, obviously, before I even race it and probably build it, I need to get some of the parts that I need. I need the slipper clutch, the alloy diff nuts, some decent springs for it, at least, racing tyres. So all the things that you probably need, really. Anyway, let's just put these out here and then you can see them. But yeah, now if you want to leave a comment in the video, please let me know. Do you think I should paint it up to match my TD4? Because I'm not going box art. So, but do you think I should paint it to match the TD4? Let me know, please. Sorry, I'm trying to put it all out so I can show you properly. Shock parts, driver stuff. Oh, you get two. Actually, you get two driver heads with this. You get the traditional Tamiya type, and you get a helmet with a visor down. Interesting. I might actually use the driver down. It'll be easier to paint. Oh, right. Okay, so let's get the rest of these parts out for you, and then we'll bring this camera over. So, yeah. So I don't know when I said I've got to wait for some parts for this because I want to build it up with the parts like the ball diff and the alloy diff nut and whatnot. I don't want to have to take it again down to pieces again to put them back in. So, and plus we've still got the Tamiya Land Rover CC02 build, which I started yesterday and then had to stop because I realised you needed the sort of CA rubber cement for a few of the parts and I didn't have any. So I had to order some. I was going to cheat and use super glue, but I thought, nah, I'll probably ruin it. So I decided to wait and do it properly. So I've got that to build first. Right, anyway, let's have a closer look at this. bear in mind, hopefully it won't be too shaky. Okay, so starting this end, you can see that snug design body, the TD2 Astute. Behind it, you've got the tyres and the wheels with those hex front fits. We've got the Astute decals. I quite like them actually. And then moving across here, you've got the A, B, C, and D parts bags. You see? So lots of suspension parts and the ball diffs and various things like that. And the gears and stub axles and track rod ends. Okay, so we've got the driver helmets and we've got the foam we need to cut out. You've got to put some of the foam in to line the motor mount in the gearbox. And more shock parts. And then we roll down here, and then you've got your front bumper parts there and the rear gearbox guard. Moving across there, you've got the C-hubs and steering knuckles there for the front and the rocker arms. And you've got your front and rear wishbones and hexes there. Now moving over to the back, you've got more parts of the underneath of the chassis tub and the tops of the rear gearbox cover and the shock tower for the rear, and more servo linkage arms. Now probably some of them are redundant because they're not used on the TD2. And then you've got the front bulkhead assembly there because of course it's two-wheel drive, so you've got none of that front gearbox. And here you've got more internal plastic gears. You've got the battery stays. Remember the battery on this runs across the chassis rather than longitudinally as it does on the TD4. And then you've got the main tub there. So there you go. That is the Tamiya 2022 TD2 Astute. So yeah, I think overall this will be better and less hassle than the TD4. Personally, from my own experience, this is. I might be wrong. It might not be the case for everyone, but when I was driving it, it did feel better as a two-wheel drive when I ran the TD4 in that configuration. So we will see. Anyway, that is all that you get. And hopefully, when I get some parts for it that I need, this will be being built soon and we'll be racing it. Anyway, cheers for checking out this video. Much appreciated, as always. Hope you have a great weekend. Comment, let me know what you think. Also, I've just got to say, I've got a lot on recently, so if I don't get back to everybody's single comments, I do apologise in advance. But I do appreciate you leaving them, as I do read them all, and I do try to reply to them all as well. Anyway, I'm going now because I'm going to go and celebrate my 40th. So, enjoy yourselves, take care, and thanks for checking out this video. And yeah, awesome. Take care, see ya.